3D modeling is implemented in many things, such as drafting and video game development. 3D models are the computer-generated image of something in 3 dimensions, such as x, y, and z. In algebra, we briefly covered the coordinate plane, which is 2-dimensional, with only the x and y axis. The third axis, z, opens the door to 3D. As you can see here, I've modeled a basic plane. In the top left-hand view, you can see the top-down view of the plane. The top right-hand corner shows a side view. The bottom right-hand corner shows the perspective view of the scene. As you can see here, I'm actually adjusting the z value of one of the points on the plane, creating a 3D appearance to the plane. By adjusting the values of any point on the object that I'm editing, I can create various different effects and appearances of the object. Using tools within the editor that I'm using, you can easily create shapes such as boxes or spheres in a very short amount of time. As you can see here, by adjusting the number of vertexes or points on the object, I can change its level of detail. In video games, this is very important because if it has too many vertexes, it can slow down the game. On the other hand, the more vertexes you have, the higher detail the object is. The goal of modern game companies is to have a high level of detail while maintaining the performance of the game engine. When I first started working with 3D models, I was interested in modifying games such as Halo. Halo was something that I was interested in, and at the same time it was fairly easy to modify. Most people don't realize how involved 3D CGI is, and how much work goes into actually creating CG effects in a movie or video game. There's a lot of mathematics and geometry involved. In a 3D environment, you're limitless to what you can create to any scale. In this scene is a model of the Earth and the Moon. I modeled these recently for the WC News TV intro. One of the trickiest aspects of 3D modeling is character animation for video game. Seen here is a character out of the video game Halo, known only as the Elite. To animate a character, there has to be a system of bones within the mesh of the 3D model. Certain areas of the mesh are assigned to certain bones so that you can click one bone, such as a leg, and move the bone, and the mesh will actually move with that bone. Attaching the mesh to the bones is called rigging the character. Once the character is fully rigged, which means all the bones are attached to every bit of mesh on the object, you can begin to animate the object. In this scene, I've quickly posed this Elite to make him look as if he's throwing a grenade, as if he would in the game Halo. This is a space station I created almost a year ago. This is a combination of all of the techniques that have been explained so far in this video. This is a Los Angeles class submarine that I modeled while in the car for a couple hours on a trip. Using particle systems and mesh deformers, you can easily make it look as if an object shatters or gets destroyed. In this scene, I blew up a Los Angeles class submarine. Here's a few scenes I rendered with some models from Halo that I have using a bunch of different effects. These scenes were shown advertising a mod that me and a team of guys were working on for a game called Battlefield. This is actual footage from one of the levels I've created for my Battlefield mod. All of my experience in 3D modeling has been working up to this when I can actually import my work into a video game. With a little bit of luck, one day I will eventually become a professional game developer.